I gotta tell you, man, I'm playing these video games. I'm playing a lot of Stardew Valley.
Love it.
I'm watching some movies.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fine. It's fun.
Always.
But Value Sesh, when I pop a little rabbit hole gummy, oh my God, dude.
I'm talking total relaxation, too.
Total relaxation.
When I game, when I'm watching something relaxing, it's a comfortable, like, relaxing. It's not even, I don't even know the best way to describe it without sounding like.
It's like jumping into a swimming pool on a hot summer day.
It is refreshing. Yeah.
And like you just got done doing yard work.
Ooh,
and you
I
go
know
straight
that.
from the lawnmower and just jump into that pool and all that dirt and everything. You just, valuesash.com. Use code SCAREDY. It's so good. Trust.
You know, I got a problem, Tone.
What's that problem?
I have some people in my life I need to buy a gift for, and they're into like spooky, cool, weird stuff, but it's like New Year's. Who even has this stuff? It's New Year's. Like, do I have to wait like 8 months or what am I going to do?
You don't have to wait 8 months at all. You can go right now to Horror Monger Collectibles.
What?
A brand new store in Mesa.
Whoa. What do they do?
Man, they just sell anything and everything spooky and horror.
Wow.
They're right off Stapley in Mesa, Arizona. You go to horrormonger.com, see what they got, check them out.
Everything.
If you need horror movie stuff, man, they're your horror movie hookup.
All year round.
Right here on the east side.
Huh. Yeah. I think I'll go check them out.
They're the best horror store on the east side of this whole valley.
Horror Monger, come see us. We're in Mesa, you sluts. Sorry.
Welcome. I keep knocking art over.
Or art.
Sorry, Art. I don't have my usual setup. Everything's weird today.
I know, it is weird.
Would you like to say why?
Welcome to Scaredycast. My name is Tony.
Yeah, we are.
Tony Jabroni.
Are you Scare? Are you D? Or are you Cast?
I'm probably D.
Kelsey D. Yeah, of course you're Kelsey D.
Kelsey Day, come on.
D, that's how you are on my phone. Kelsey D.
Kelsey Day.
I always got to say it like that, even though you ain't from the South.
Well, you know.
Yeah, Kelsey D.
Sweet like.
I'm probably.
17.
Would I be Scare or Cast? And Tony's the other one. I'm probably Scare.
You're scared?
Yeah, he's Cast. So we were just scaredy today.
Yeah, because without Tony, there's no cast.
Something like that.
Sure.
But you know what? Who needs him? He's too busy being sick. And
I'm just glad he's not bringing that fucking sickness around here.
no kidding.
It just sucked though. Like he's been texting us all week. Like we rescheduled from Thursday because he wasn't feeling well, and now we're recording.
It's like we push it another day, day, and then the day of, we're like, all right, here we go.
Yeah,
and then he's like, hey guys, I'm not coming today. I got a fever. There's no way. And we're like, shit. All right.
And the cure is not work out though, unfortunately.
Aw. So sorry guys, you're gonna have a little bit of an off week. But
yeah, send good vibes to Tony. And we talk a little bit about it more on our Patreon.
Yeah,
Patreon.com/Scaredycast. Help get him some meds, I guess.
Sure. Yeah, some NyQuil. But we still are doing our extra shows. We still have Monday morning. We still are, doing extra content
Hold it down
on the side.
right?
Yeah, so don't worry about it.
Hold it down.
Basically,
It's what we do.
Tony ain't here. So guess what? I get to say all the things that I usually can't.
That's not true because I'm the one that usually stops you guys.
Get to edit all of this out.
Oh yeah, and we're not gonna do any class.
And Tony's gonna be in his bed all covered in tissues and snot, and he's gonna have to edit this, and I'm just gonna be saying all kinds of terrible, horrible, politically incorrect things.
You know what though? I hope that Tony has been able to get some sleep thanks to our good friends at Value Says.
Oh my God.
He's been like using them to be able to get some sleep.
I literally wore my Value Sesh to work.
Oh.
My t-shirt. I was like, you know what? I should tell people about this. And I actually
slinging the Value
I
Sesh.
have,
Like you're like, I just told
Days
another
of the
person.
Dead. We gave some Value Sesh to one of the Predators.
Yeah,
The
crazy.
one of the actors that played
He was
Predator.
so nice.
Oh my God.
He was so nice.
Well, we'll do that in the recap. We'll come back in the recap.
Yeah.
But Value Sesh, and I finally got to try their sleep. Well, not try. You guys gave me your jar of the sleepy ones. Oh my Lord.
Yeah, how are they? Good.
So what I did is I started taking one of each. because I feel a little bit different on the sleepy ones as opposed to the normal rabbit hole gummies. The flavors, oh my God, they're candy. They are so delicious.
Legitimately, I know we talk about this every time, but it's so true. I mean, well, at least like for Scaredycast, like we've tried different types of gummies and things like that. And especially like for sleeping or whatever, value sesh, sometimes like I only take like a quarter of it still to be able to help me sleep on like nights I know that I'm going to be able to have enough time. It tastes so sometimes I want to take more because I'm like, this just tastes good. It just tastes good, but I'm like, I know it'll
They're so easy to eat. Well, and what's funny is I'm now eating 2 whole ones. So I'm at 40. I'm at 40 milligrams and you're at a quarter. So you're at like
10.
Like, no, you're a quarter of 20. So you're at 5 milligrams.
Oh, they're 20.
And I'm at 20. Yeah. Oh. So I'm doing like 8 times as much as you.
You're a fucking drug addict.
Yeah, I know, but I love it. And it's coming. I actually gave some value sesh to my girlfriend's mom who has fibromyalgia.
Oh, shit.
And I kid you not, we were playing Scrabble and she sat there and just went, oh. And I was like, whoa, are you okay? And I look at her and she goes, my pain just melted away. Oh my God. And I was like, are you serious? She goes, where can I get these? I'm not even joking.
That just gave me chills.
I
That's
know.
amazing.
And she's still like, you know, she's older. She still has that mindset of like, it's bad. We can't do this. And I'm like, you're missing out on really a product that is delicious for one, but it actually works. It actually helps. And I've even tried like caramels and other like pumpkin spice chews and all these other ones, and nothing holds up to Value Sesh. Incredible flavors, and just awesome, all around amazing product. Please check out Value Sesh. They are incredible. I know we talk about them all the time, but it's because they're awesome.
Yeah, and so you can go to valuesesh.com, use code Scaredy to be able to get some percentage off. And yeah, guys, we fucking love Value Sesh. Like we just love them. And we're always talking about them behind the scenes and stuff too. And they're going to be having like some cool stuff coming up that we can't like really talk about quite yet.
Ooh.
But yeah, so it's going to be some other cool things that we're going to be trying and be able to give you our opinions.
Mm-hmm. Something later on this year, probably.
Yeah.
And also another thing that we can't technically really talk about that we're doing later on this year is at a very, very cool place that we are making some plans with. A little place called Horror Monger Collectibles. They are an amazing, amazing horror shop. Incredible art. You have all of these vendors that make one-of-a-kind products. Aaron, the owner, I met the guy for the first time last week. I swear to you.
He's an angel.
Oh my God.
So sweet.
He came up to me in the theater at Hard Eyes. And he was like, dude, I just want to, like, and I'm like, oh my God, who are you? I'm like, what? And he's like, I'm Aaron. I'm so nice to meet you. Blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, Aaron. I ran up the because he went and sat down in his seat. And I was like, oh my God, Horror Monger. I ran up and he was talking to Jeremy from Evil Izzy's. Evil Izzy, shout out.
Fucking love Evil Izzy.
God, they're the best. Love that family.
I'm loving like that there's so many. I mean, we just have so many incredible shops and stores.
Yes.
You put like a face to like behind the actual like organization.
Yeah.
And you're like, yo, you're fucking cool too.
Finally.
Like, you're actually awesome.
Finally, we're like from Morbid Mystique to Evil Izzy's to Horror Monger. Like all of these people now are like, hey guys, like, we do the same like area of stuff. Yeah. To see that finally coming together is so huge. I remember for like, 3 years ago almost now when I started Scaredycast with you guys, like when I jumped on, there was like 1 horror shop, maybe. Yeah. All these are popping up now. They're all working together. Like this is our time. 2025, I'm telling you, is going to be the biggest year for, I think, the horror and AZ to really like pop up. I think it's going to explode.
I hope so. I hope so. It has been growing so much, and we've talked about this for a long time of, you know, when people come, we have common interests. We all like horror. Mm-hmm. We all love to be able to support local and, you know, just be able to have a safe space to be able to explore things you like, whether you like cryptids or you like aliens or you like the actual like slasher stuff, you know, whatever it might be that you're into, it's all in the same category, you know? So being able to see creators and like, you know, these cultivators of the horror space come together and be like, yo, like, how can we help each other? You know, what cool shit can we do? Yeah. You know, and just being able to bring everyone together, I think it's really important. And I think it's a true testament to the people who are putting in the legwork to make that happen. Yeah. Because, you know, for us, I mean, we're a podcast. We can talk about whatever we want and stuff like that. But we're organizers. We're not event coordinators. Like we don't do that stuff. Like, you know, we're not good at it.
Right.
It's
like
not
we
our
show
strength.
up at Days of the Dead with a camera, and then we're just like hopped up on coffee, and we just like ask people questions. Like we don't organize it. We don't set all that up. Yeah. You know, Stephanie and Mike that give us rides to and from the airport. All the like, just the whole summer, like doing the panels and like the whole staff. You know, and Bill and everybody that just organized it. I'm like, dude, I'm so glad they handled it because I couldn't.
It's incredible.
But you actually brought up something that I kind of wanted to elaborate on and also recap Vegas a little bit.
Yeah, we'll do a full recap once Tony's back. But yeah, Vegas was awesome.
But one of the things that I kind of wanted to like segue into was you were saying not everybody's into horror. Mm-hmm. For example, my mom, she can't even watch boxing because it's too violent. I know.
She's an angel. So sweet.
I know. And she's like, oh, I can't. It's just too violent, and I can't. There's all the blood, and I'm like, oh my god. So I tell her about obviously Scaredycast and the horror conventions and all that thing, and she's like, oh, cool, great, have fun, yeah, I'm glad you enjoy, you know. And then she'll like a commercial will come on, and it'll be like for a new horror movie. She's like, that's disgusting. And I'm like, yeah, I just got free tickets to that. I'm going to see the screener.
You're like, don't worry,
it's
Mom.
pretty cool. And she's like, cool, I'll be, you know. But I told her about Vegas. I was like, yo, I'm going to Days of the Dead. I said, Mom, you live in Phoenix. It's not that far. I was like, maybe you come with. And so she was like, it's just not really for me. Well, she went because she loved Vegas. And I was like, all right, you go have fun in Vegas. You can come with. I thought she was just going to go hang out and like go do things. Mm-hmm. She had so much fun at the convention. She ended up just staying around with us all day.
Yeah, that was
She was hanging out with Skid Row.
Dude, I know. So she came back, like, it was the first day. And she came back and she was like, look. And she had a picture and she was like, oh my God, like, amazing, la la. And she was like, they were so nice. Everyone's so nice.
Seeing my mom light up like that, like, because, you know, when we go to all these people, we go like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like, you know, we kind of fangirl. We have to, you know, you gotta be professional, right? But like at this point, we've seen a lot of these people multiple times. So it's still amazing and awesome to see them. Yeah. But we're not like at that point of like, holy shit, you know? And my mom obviously has never got to see Rachel and Snake are the two guitarists that were like the original members. So they were the ones that were there. It wasn't the entire band, but they're the two originals. Mm-hmm. And my mom actually took me to go see them once in concert. But Rachel wasn't there because he was recovering from a surgery. So my mom got to when I was like, hey, let's go. You want to go meet Skid Row? She was like, oh my God, yeah. So took her over there and she told him that. And of course, I don't remember how much it was to get autographs or pictures or whatever. But my mom was like, you know, oh, here, how do I do whatever. And Stephanie was like, no, don't worry about it. Just go take a picture. My mom insisted. She's like, here, just $20. She's like, fine, whatever. She gets her picture. She's telling him the story, how we missed him from the surgery, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
The next day, it's the morning. We got our coffee. I'm like, hey, Mom, I'm just going to do my morning around, say hi to everybody. You know, the big day of the con, Saturday. Uh-huh. She goes by, said, you want to walk by and say hi to Skid Row? She goes, yeah. So we walk over there. Stephanie, and if you guys don't know, they're like, every celebrity there has a handler. Mm-hmm. And so someone that, you know, takes money and questions and whatever and does all that. Stephanie is the handler. She opens up and she goes, my mom's name is Lisa. She goes, Lisa, I was told to give this back to you. She opens up the cash box, gives my mom back her 20.
What?
And she goes like, what? And she looked over at the boys and they were like, yeah.
Oh my
like,
God.
No, you're not paying for a picture with us.
That's so
she got to like talk with them all weekend, and I was like, yeah. And she got like 4 new phone numbers. She's like make friends with all these people, and it's like she doesn't care about horror at all. Mm-hmm. But she ended up buying candles and art and stuff. She bought Christmas presents for my aunt and my sister, all from this horror convention. Yeah. And she was like, I had it all wrong. She goes, I feel so much safer knowing that you're here with all these people. It's just, I don't know. That was probably way too over-explaining, but like, man, it just meant so much to me. Yeah. It was like before anything else happens, my trip is already set. Yeah. My mom's trip was made because of this. And it's because I am in this community and I got to do that. And like, holy shit, what an amazing, and that was just cool. One little part of Vegas, you know?
And now you guys have that to share, whether she goes back to any other cons or not. Like now she has an idea of what it's truly like. And two, yeah, it's, like you're saying, it's not just horror stuff. Like there's so many different types of artistry and different things that you can buy. There was just so fucking
There was
nice.
There was this guy that had this table full of oven mitts.
What?
Oven
I
mitts.
didn't see that.
All custom, him and his wife, like, sew oven mitts. And most of them weren't even, like, horror.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you see, like, this is harmless. This isn't serial killing. And even if it is, everything's done for fun. Like, none of this is, you know, and there was a guy with, like, a Columbine t-shirt for sale. And I was like,
That's a little too much, baby.
but I was like, you know, whatever, for the most part. But yeah.
Wear it.
It's like you should just try. Just go see 'em. Because until you're there meeting the people, you never know until you actually go do it. So go to one of these cons. Just like, even if you're on the fence about it, and if it's not your thing, cool. But like, man, I just wish more people didn't think of horror as just like, you know, so close-minded. Like, there's so much to this community, and it's family friendly. All of it.
Well,
Pretty much. Like, pretty much.
there's probably some stuff that you're like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, but like, and for the most part, I just think
if they know about, like, if they watch horror movies, then going to a con is not going to be that. But you know what? I was going to say too, yeah, like, so Days of the Dead is all throughout the country, really. And they're going to be, so for anyone that's listening that's local to Arizona, they're going to be here in Phoenix as well in July. So definitely make sure to go daysofthedead.com. It was so fun. It was awesome. And I really appreciate, like, Rick, selfie guy from Terrifier 2, like, he put on, like, a bar crawl, and, like, they did, like, more things, you know what I mean? And we can talk, if you guys haven't seen the video of Brian riding a makeshift bull.
Let's say for the first time, I rode one of those bull riding machines, and it was not a bull.
It was not a bull.
It was not a bull. But boy, just tell me, did I own it?
Yeah, you did.
Did I own it?
Everyone was, and it's so funny because
It was way more than 8 seconds.
seeing all the videos. Oh yeah, I mean, I think they like ended up stopping. I don't think you like fell off. They just ended up stopping it.
I'm kind of, yeah.
And it's so funny too because like.
I got that G.I. Joe Kung Fu grip. Baby.
Yeah. What was the bar? The nerd? Yeah, the nerd. So we were in Fremont area of Vegas, and we did.
Sorry, I don't think I can say that on Scaredycast. I might have to. Something happened at the nerd. Two things happened at the nerd.
Yeah, wait, multiple things.
Two things happened at the nerd. Yes. We'll have to save that for after the show. That's a little.
So they had
Okay. I know. I forgot. I have to tell you. Yeah, I know. I have to tell you. But anyways,
exclusive content behind the scenes. Yeah. So they have this giant. It's a dick.
Yeah. Cat's out of the bag.
Yeah. It's a dick, and it's so funny. And so many people. I wanted to write it, but I was recovering from surgery, and so I wasn't.
You had stitches. You couldn't be.
I legitimately, and it's so funny. And too, like, I was thinking that it was 3 weeks post-op that I was there, but it was only 2. I'm like, no wonder why I was sore as fuck. Like, I was hurting. Like, it was only 2 weeks. Like
you should. What?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So you were out there like, walking in Fremont.
Dude, I was sore.
You were supposed to be another week of recovery, and instead,
a couple weeks.
You were in freaking Vegas, walking nonstop. Also, look at this. I just found this picture. This is one of my favorite pictures ever, and this is Kelsey, Austin Ackert, my mom, and Kate. Look at that.
Oh yeah, we went to the Tiki Bar. That was awesome.
I'm sure you can see this. This is just, look at this picture. Like I said, so it's Kelsey, Austin, my mom, and Kate, my girlfriend. And this all happened. I didn't know. I saw this picture like a week after when it was posted because I'm obviously not in it. I was doing something else.
I think you guys were inside because we didn't know if they were closed or not, and like the door was locked. It was like weird. But yeah, it was a great time.
My mom like adopted Austin, so now I like have a brother, and it was just the best trip.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Your mom was fun. And two, like, I definitely have. So if you guys do not follow Scaredycast, make sure to give us a follow on all the different things. But yeah, Brian was just referencing our Instagram at Scaredycast, and there, I don't know if we have the video of it.
He does. I think it might be Patreon exclusive, or did he say he was going to put it on OnlyFans?
I don't.
No, but I think you can watch me ride a giant penis if you'd like. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a great time, and we'll, like we said, like, we can recap it more once Tony's back.
Yeah.
Just to be able to get his insight too. But we're so thankful to Days of the Dead for hosting us. We're hoping to make it to more of them. If we can.
You know what? We should probably say then too, actually, because Atlanta's in like 2 weeks for it's technically not a Days of the Dead, but it kind of is. It's like Days of the Dead tattoo thing in Atlanta at the same
both.
Yeah, at the same place. And apparently this is the one to go to. Everybody's been saying it since last year when we went. And unfortunately, due to funds and just work and the fact that we're still not doing this. This is unfortunately not yet our job or our a thing of employment. So I don't think we're going to Atlanta. We just, it's time off work. We can't afford, everything's coming out of pocket, and it's too much. Yeah. It's too hard. So I think we're going to have to skip this one, which really sucks. But the one after, I believe the next thing is March.
I think so. I'd have to look at the site in Indianapolis.
Probably. Which would be really cool because I've never been either. And we didn't get to go to the last one.
Oh. It's hard though, because like too, also when you're at these conventions, like you're really not doing a lot outside of the convention because you're there so long. You're working such long days. Like, you're talking with people, you're making those connections. Like, we've been able to do some like really cool things, and we want to try to expand on that a bit. But you're really not seeing the city, like unless you can get in a day early or stay a day late, or like have, some free time between.
I thought we were gonna have like maybe not a lot of time, but definitely more time than we did to go see like Vegas. Not even close.
No, I know.
And you're so tired, like
so exhausted.
Everyone's like, and like think about the stars you want to go hang out with and drink and stuff. It's like, dude, they are in costume sometimes, but they're smiling, taking pictures, posing, answering, signing, doing panels all day for thousands of people.
Yes.
So it's like the last thing they want to do is go party now. They're fucking exhausted. They want to go back to their room. So
that is their job. Like, and they go to a lot more cons than we do.
Right.
And they're making a lot more money.
So it's tough when it's like, oh yeah, we get to be there, but it's like, dude, it's a lot of work. We don't get to do a whole lot of fun things, but in time it'll happen. We'll morph it into something more fun, and we'll see. Keep
on expanding. And we are really grateful to everyone that stops by our booth, like, that was supporting us with getting shirts, and then also we debuted, our Twilight leggings. So shout out to Twilight leggings. You can go to Scaredycast.com to be able to see our shop, and they're on sale there now. So we have some really cool Scaredycast.
For all the ladies out there, I actually own 2 pairs of Twilight leggings. One of them is a creep show style that you made, and the other one is Alien versus Predator. But all of them, every single one of them, has pockets. I'm going to repeat that again. Every pair of her leggings, regardless of size or pattern or whatever, has pockets. Oh my God. I have one pair of, what do you call them? Not, they look like flannel kind of, but they're like the pants, the real soft, fleecy, like pajama bottom pants.
No, like pajama.
Yeah. But like the thicker, nicer ones.
Yeah.
Those motherfuckers don't have pockets on. It's the first time in my life that I was like, oh my God, this is what it's like to be a woman. You don't have pockets. You have to hold everything. You gotta put it in your tits. You gotta stuff it in your the elastic and hope that you don't move and something falls out or goes down your leg. This is awful.
Yeah.
And then, oh my God.
I understand the struggle, Brian.
But it makes too much sense. And then they're like, fuck it. Now you have to buy purses and you have to buy shit for your accessories. Women, I'm sorry, because you guys should have pockets on everything like men do, because it's the best.
I'm aware. And two, I mean, let me just bitch a little bit.
There we go.
And two, you guys, like your clothing and stuff, the size is the size. For us, it's like, am I a 2? Am I a 5? Am I an 8?
I've never understood
it's crazy
sizes. Men, it's like, why is it called a 36? 36 inches.
36 or not.
There you go.
I'm 38 long.
Boom.
Boom. Easy.
Oh, what's your waist size? Oh, mine. I have a 22-inch waist. Oh, really? That's a size 6. Like, what? What does that even mean?
Also, 22-inch waist is tiny.
I don't know. What's a normal waist?
I have no idea.
See, I don't know because I'm a man and I have a 32 or a 30-inch waist. Like
crazy. But yeah. So make sure to go to Scaredycast.com. You can check our leggings and very soft.
Oh,
they're like
so soft. I don't know what it is with our shirts and our leggings.
Super soft.
Softest, dude. We source the best people.
Yeah, we do. That's right.
Because we go to the best people to give us the best product.
That's right.
Because we're the best. Let's go to the Scaredy.
Yeah. Okay. So speaking of, so I have like a real life like creep of the week, and it stems from. It's not for me though. It's like this is for someone else. It kind of stems from Days of the Dead Las Vegas. So, it was super awesome. You mentioned Summer. So Summer Flynn is incredible. She hosts the panels for Days of the Dead. And this trip we were able to hang out with her a lot more, which was awesome. And she was talking about how there's this one guy, like on all of her YouTube videos, is always commenting about her pants. Like,
what?
Like, change your pants, like, get rid of the pants, or like, not get rid of them, like, take them off, but like, saying, like, talking shit about her pants. Isn't that so weird about like her jeans? It's weird. And like, so she sent it, like, she was talking about,
I kind of want to look this up right now.
Yeah, like, go to her YouTube.
But also, like, what?
It was so crazy. She was talking about it in Vegas, and I kind of forgot about it. And then she sent me like a link to her, like one of her latest videos that she had. And she was like, bro, like this guy is commenting again. And like literally he was like, yeah, it was like something about her pants. And I'm like, so I commented back at him. I'm like, that's like a really weird like thing to say. Like focus on the great content. But like, I just can't imagine being so upset. Like, I don't understand why someone would be so obsessed with her pants.
Is he mad because he doesn't like them? He's like, those are
apparently
those are ugly pants.
I don't know. Like, I'm trying to like
what is the deal? I'm looking at. All right, so I just brought up David Naughton from American Werewolf in London.
Let me see.
This is a 2021 interview she has with him. I'm going to look at. How do you look at comments?
But here, look. So here's like the screenshot.
You got it.
That she sent.
Okay, this one is. Oh, his name is BRVNDXXXN, like Brandon. Please, for the love of God, change your fucking pants.
Isn't that so weird? That is so weird.
Does he not like bell bottoms?
I don't know. I'm
He's
like,
just
I
really don't like bell bottoms with Converse.
It's
Something. What is this guy's deal?
Weird. She was like, can you please go tell him or her what a fucking creepy idiot they are? And it's like, yes, I can.
Yes, I can.
It's like just so weird.
But that's right. Like always. Like I hate.
Yeah, like on a lot of her videos, like it's like in comments. Yeah, she's saying like, yeah, it's like this one person. I don't know. It could be. I'm assuming it's a guy.
Weird.
Just because I'm just gonna assume that.
Oh really? Wow.
Yeah, really.
Wow. How sexist of you.
Yeah. It's not sexist. There's a pattern with shit like that. There just is.
Well, you know what?
As a guy, what like I just can't imagine, unless you're like just commenting like, oh hey, like you look good, or like I like your outfit or whatever. You're like, as a guy, like, would you ever do something like that? I think about something like that.
Well, okay, so I'm also weird because I'm barely on social media anyways.
That's true.
I hate the current state of everything, so I kind of ignore as much as I can.
Yeah.
But I will say, it boggles my mind that like a lot of things bother me, but I try to internalize them because it doesn't matter if you know that it bothers me or not.
Yeah.
I don't have that thing. I go to this like, all right, I don't like this. That's as far as it goes. Someone's asked me, I'm going to tell them, but I don't need to go out of my way.
Yeah, because it doesn't
to impose that on you.
Yeah, and it doesn't. Unless it was like, oh, like your ass is hanging out, like, hey, like my 2-year-old doesn't need to see your ass crack, like, or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I think that's a big thing about a lot of opinions is people think like, oh, well, it's just my opinion. Like I can say it. It's like, but there's no reason to. Like, I mean, he can sit here and be like, oh, whatever. Yeah, maybe he like hates bell bottoms. Okay. But you don't need to fucking tell people that. It doesn't really affect you.
Right.
You could either stop watching her videos or you can not watch them and just put the audio on if you want the content. Like, I mean, like...
It's the same thing as, why the hell did, people say like, oh, I hope, because I told a story of something that happened in Florida, some person is like, I hope your kids die the same way. I hope you watch your kids...
Crazy.
I hope you watch your kids get torn apart by sharks. And it's like, A, I don't have kids.
So wild.
B, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, dude.
We were just telling a story.
Exactly. Like... And the thing is it's the internet, man. Because if they were right in front of you, they might be bold enough to say that.
But most likely
chances are, and like, I get it. It's easier to be like, I don't like fighting. Oh, that was me. I just kicked the box down here. Sorry. Like, I don't really see the point. There's no point at all. And it's like, But people just they have too much pride, and they feel like if I'm being offended or I'm being put down, it's like that's a criminal offense.
It's like the center.
Because it all comes from self-esteem issues.
Yeah, and I think too. People maybe they want to be heard more, and they have found that this is a way to get to be heard, right? Instead of saying something productive or saying something that actually matters or whatever. It's like they're like, oh well, I'm just going to be an asshole because that's how I can get.
Think about it.
The reaction.
Exactly. Think about I got cut off once by this guy that he drove
in the car.
He cut me off so bad I had to hit the brakes going 80 on the freaking freeway. He cuts in front of me. I honk at him.
He's mad at you.
He doesn't look out the window, but as I match my speed to get up to him, he's just flipping me off and not even looking. And I'm like,
it's so weird.
You did that to what?
Yeah.
And it's like at that point, you can do one of two things. You can get so mad and slam your car into him and kill both of you, which is what you maybe want to do at that point.
I think there might be more options than just the two options.
No, the two. Okay. Or you don't do that, and then you just get pissed for a while until you forget about it.
Yeah.
I don't care anymore.
There has been times, I swear, the craziest road rage things I've been a part of. I'm like, it's the other person's fault. And I don't even react or whatever because you hear these crazy stories of people getting shot up or that one guy that had the fucking buzzsaw or whatever he had, chasing somebody, or whatever he had,
Get this. Okay, so I watch. I'm a gamer. I play a lot of video games, or I try to if I have time.
Nerd alert.
So there is a fuck ton of. I used to stream all the time. I was streaming on Twitch. I hate it. I hate it now. Everyone on there is just gross, and I don't like it anymore. But there is compilations of all these big streamers that go crazy. They get so mad because they lose or get killed or whatever, and they're smashing their keyboards and whipping their mouses and breaking their screens and punching shit. I laugh my ass off because it's just such an over whatever.
Yeah.
But as a gamer, everybody knows, even if you're not competitive gaming, how frustrating it can be if you're playing a fighting game or you're something and you just get beat into the ground over and over and over, or it's something that seems so unfair. It's think of the maddest you have ever been in your life. Where at that point, you're just so blind fury because you just got teabagged and now you're down 15 kills and this guy's just shitting on you. And all you want to do is just tear that person in half, but you can't. And then eventually you just go to bed and don't care anymore. Why can't people just do that? Why do they have to go out of their way to try and be an asshole to people? I think of the times that I'm the most mad ever and then how I'm just not mad anymore about that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I'm glad I didn't do something stupid that's going to affect me now. Well, this guy.
That's a big part of, regulating your emotions and being able to
Another reason I brought that up, this guy, there's a game called Counter-Strike, which is old now, but it's one of the most highly competitive games ever. It's extremely, they call it's super fast reaction and all the pro gamers, make millions of dollars on these tournaments and shit. It's one of those games. It's huge. This guy got so mad. This wasn't even on a tournament or anything. Just a player in Europe was getting killed by this guy in America. They talked shit. They whatever, because he lost in this game, the man flew from Europe and murdered this man.
What?
In his house.
It is
He
not
traced
that
his
serious.
IP. He followed him to his house and he killed him.
Oh my God.
Murdered him in real life over a video game. This shit happens because people just cannot let things go.
That's crazy.
And that doesn't matter. That data, that
legitimately
game,
crazy.
that line of zeros and ones doesn't matter. And he ended that man's life because he lost the game.
God, that is so scary. And I think that's a big, that's a big thing too. I tried, because when I was younger, obviously, I would get more mad at things or you're saying you could have easily flipped the other guy off or escalated the situation. But I think as we get older and we realize I don't want this to escalate into something wild that something's going to happen and I have no control over that. But what I do have control over is myself and how I react, because that guy probably didn't even remember talking shit to the European guy.
No.
Like, I mean, like,
No.
it was just like, it probably was just like nothing, like, oh, whatever, haha, yeah, like, yeah, I beat you, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden he's fucking dead. Like,
Dead.
and people are crazy. And like
what if that happened to me? You know, if I'm playing games, like I don't see my mom for, you know, weeks at a time, or my parents, you know, and then it's like, oh yeah, Brian died. And they're like, what happened? Oh, well,
someone came from
he was
Europe.
playing a video game and some European guy got mad and murdered your son. Like,
What? I know, it's so crazy. I watch a lot of crime shows, like, especially I really like watching The First 48. It's really interesting.
oh, is that, yeah, that's where like, missing cases, because it's like,
No, it's homicide cases, but it's where they say that if detectives don't get a lead within like the first 48 hours, like their chances of solving it.
I thought that was
Like
for
divided
missing
in half.
person, because it's like in 2 days.
There might be that.
It's like when they're missing, if it's like within 24 hours, then you can report them as missing persons. If you haven't had contact in a day or something, maybe it's 48 hours. I forgot.
It might be 48.
But then
Might
it's like
depend on the age,
after another 24 hours, the chances of finding that missing person is like cut down to a third.
which is crazy because because of the way that it's set up, it's like, you have to wait a certain amount of time before you can even report them. And by that time, if they truly are missing, you're like, okay,
You just killed,
yeah, so now they're probably gone. But yeah, there's like so many cases on there where they're like, I mean, most homicide is senseless, obviously, unless like you're defending yourself or whatever it might be. But yeah, there's so many cases where it's like there's really no reason for this to happen. Like
so dumb.
someone just like flew off the handle, or someone happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time, and it's really scary. So just take that for what you guys will, of just trying to regulate your emotions a little bit, try to like, act like, or like have like regulate your emotions a bit, like just cool off a little,
Just like
think about
don't be a
it.
creep.
Yeah.
Opinions to yourself. If someone wants to know, they'll ask.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't gotta be a dick.
But you know what? Something that helps regulate emotions.
Ooh, I love calm. Let's do that.
Kind of like go a little bit, kind of focus, energize.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Magic mind.
Oh man, I'm only on day 6. I'm
Okay.
not on day 7 yet.
Right.
I'm on day 6.
Yes.
But
It's been very helpful.
how are you on day 7? I'm a day behind.
So we've been, Magic Mind sent us like some awesome products that we're able to take, and it's full of all that good stuff, including matcha and
Vitamins.
mushrooms, which have been, especially like huge recently, of all of their great properties to help you. So we've been very blessed with the Magic Mind. We've been able to be trying it, and it's just awesome too. I think knowing that you're putting something healthy into your body also does wonders as well, not just the physical, but also the mental.
Yeah.
Being able to just know what you're putting into your body is actually going to help.
I'm really bad at eating breakfast in the morning, so I'm never hungry. But if I take coffee or whatever caffeine, because they encourage you to take it with your morning caffeine. So when I get to work, usually I'll make coffee. I take my Magic Mind, and it's kind of like that's my feeling of like, okay, I woke up and had breakfast and I'm ready to go. It's like I get that caffeine, I get that the vitamins and everything in the Magic Mind, and it's almost like, okay, now I'm ready to go. It's like the clarity, and I don't have to eat a big meal because I'm never hungry when I wake up.
Yeah,
So it's perfect. I just get to like drink my breakfast, and it's like boom, and I wake up refreshed, and I go into work every day with it. So
hell yeah.
Magic
And
Mind.
two, even if you don't take it in the morning, if you are someone, so like for me, I'm the same way. I don't really eat in the morning. And then I usually have really long days of work where it's not just a 9 to 5. Like I'm working nights and working weekends. Like, I don't ever know if I'm going to be done at like 5 that day or 7, whatever it might be. Being able to have that in the afternoon with like my afternoon caffeine too, like helps like kind of just like get me through the rest of the day. And so they're very awesome. And if you guys are wanting to try Magic Mind, you can go to magicmind.com. What is awesome though, you can get 48% off your first subscription or 20% off one-time purchase. Make sure you use the code ScaredyPod20. So SCAREDYPOD20 checkout at magicmind.com. Be able to try it, be able to see, if you like it. And two, what's awesome, almost 50% off A subscription?
Yeah, and literally just try it for a week.
Yeah.
As they say, like, just try it every day in the morning. And it's like a little, I don't know the exact ounces. It's like a little shot. It's like a little, like almost like a wheatgrass shot size. It's nothing. You just pound it, boom.
Easy peasy.
There you go.
Beautiful.
And
Magic Mind.
I believe they just made a new sleepy brand.
They did.
They got a whole new line. Dude, Magic Mind's blown up. It's time to get on board.
It's time to get on board the Magic Mind way.
Wake up. Get into that flow.
Get into that.
Low stay, baby.
Low state. Beautiful. We love you, Magic Mind. Thank you.
So we talked a little bit about Vegas. We talked a little about a lot of things. And there's a crap ton of topics, movies, and things that I have really been wanting to tell you guys about, but I have to wait for Tony.
Well, I want to hear a little snippet though. I wasn't able to make it to Heart Eyes, the screener, and I know you guys went. And I heard it was awesome.
Okay, this
So
is
hear a
a
little
movie
snippet about it.
made for you. It is perfect in the like. You think it's gonna be a Valentine slasher, and like, how many Valentine slashers do you really? There's oh my gosh, it's like My Bloody Valentine. There's one that is eluding me. I think it's called like the Valentine Killer or something like that. I think it has Valentine in the name. Either way, there's not that many like Valentine horror things you could think of right off the top of your head, or at least I can't. This is amazing. Finally, I have something I can watch for Valentine's Day. I skip Valentine's Day every year.
Yeah.
Even if I'm single or with someone. It's just a day. I don't really care. Now, I want to do a movie night and watch this every Valentine's Day. It has a little bit of the campiness. It's so funny. There's so much humor in it. It's like a rom-com mixed with a slasher. But oh man, there's a couple really like
Was that some pretty graphic
gore.
scenes?
Yeah, the kills are good. It has very much that like kind of, not teen. It's not like a teeny movie, but it's like, you know, it's like this girl. She's got this really tough job, and she meets this guy. It's like Valentine's Day. She's single. She's still getting over from her like old relationship, and the guy's already moved on. So she's really heartbroken. She bumps into this guy, and it's like, oh wow, he's, you know, too good to be true and super hot. And then she goes to her job, and guess who starts at her job? This guy.
The guy that she just met.
But he's trying to basically take her job because so she's like, well, I like this guy, but also, what the fuck? He's just going to replace me. What? So then throw in this killer, and now you're like, oh shit. And Devon Sawa. Now, I will say, I don't want to spoil too much. Devon Sawa, I haven't seen him in a long time.
No, he hasn't really been in
Dude, he is all man now. Let me tell you. He still has his voice is a little higher maybe for like, I don't know how to explain it. It's not like weird, but you know how Devon Sawa's always been that little ratty, druggy, tweaky kid. You know, he's always got like he's always like skinny and tweaky and weird. That's like all his part. In this, he's a cop. He's got the like 3-day scruff and like nice comeback, and he's got like the leather jacket. Oh, he's all man. I'm telling you, he's pretty cool. And I will say, why? I will say no spoilers. But in all of Devon Sawa's movies, he dies in the most painful, humiliating ways. And that's all I'm going to say. But man, this movie is hilarious. It does have some good gore, not gratuitous over the top, but it's crazy. It's sometimes gross. It's funny. It's very something you should take. If you have someone to take, it's great. It's a cute, but also like
date movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not like, it's just like PG-13. It's schmaltzy. It's like, oh no, there's some good like, boy.
It's PG-13?
No, I think it's
rated R. Okay, yeah.
I think it's rated R. It should be, because god dang. Yeah, there's a couple good kills. A couple little twists in there, but it's fun. You know, I would say I want to give it a 4 out of 5 because, you know, I don't do halves.
So 4.
4 is a little high, 3 is too low, but I don't think it's 3.5. It's a good movie. Just go see it. Okay. It's good.
Yeah, I have been seeing a lot of really good reviews about
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it's really hard though sometimes too, because a lot of times people that go to screeners, they're not always going to say, you know, they don't want to ruin, like, you know, they still want to like experience it for themselves, but like if someone doesn't really like it, like you're not really going to get that. So I always know with like you guys, like you're
like, well, you know me, like I don't really like humor that much with horror, I feel like
I
it's
think it can be
really few and far between.
It can be really campy. It can get.
That's the problem.
Yeah, it can get like corny.
But because this one is kind of that, because it has that rom-com vibe, you're
it,
kind of
like,
just
fits.
like, I'm in. Like,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
fine. It's
Okay.
it's like you just know, like, this is just going to be a silly movie with some fun kills and a couple twists. It's just fun. It's a fun movie.
So starting off the year with a good horror movie. Yeah, because this year's there's gonna be so many great movies coming out.
Plus, I'm just happy to see Devin Sawa again. He did not play the part I thought he was going to play. I will say that. So I don't know if that makes it a little more intriguing to anybody. But yeah, Hard Eyes was so fun, and the whole time I just thought, God, I wish Kelsey could see this movie. You're gonna love it. It was like the most Kelsey out of all the screeners we've gone to.
Of course, like you know, it's like the one that like I came to. And I was talking about it with my cousin, because I was like, oh, we had all those tickets, and I was like, oh, hey, like, did you want to go? And she wasn't able to make it either. But she's like, I do want to see that movie, so maybe we'll have to go check it out.
It's good. It's real good. Let's see. Hard Eyes. We saw a ton of people there too.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh my God, everybody from like Nino, and that's where I met Aaron and Evil Izzy's, and like, oh my gosh, Monty, and like everybody that I'm forgetting right now. But it was packed. It was awesome. A lot of cool people there. So thank you for Ally Global Marketing for hooking us up with them screeners. As always, they're the best. Yeah, they're awesome.
Love them.
A malicious, otherworldly entity descends on 9-year-old Charlie's home, forcing him into a journey beyond the walls of this cosmos, a terrifying Dante-like expedition to salvage the very essence of his sister. 30 years later, Charlie is a renowned physics professor when the same entity returns to offer a deal. Walking the Dusk won semi-finalist Book of the Year in Publisher Weekly's Book Life Prize. Grab your copy of Walking the Dusk by Mike Robinson today on Amazon.
But that kind of leads me. So Tony did want us to talk about something.
Oh, really?
Talk about movies.
Which one?
Well, he wanted to know what you think is the most underrated horror movie.
The most? Oh, geez.
Or if there's multiple, like, yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
there
like
multiple
impossible.
underrated horror movies in your mind? I have one that comes to mind for me just because I think it's so divided of if people like it or if they fucking hate it. Like, there's not really like the middle for the one I'm thinking.
Okay. Is it Skinamarink?
No, I never saw that one.
People love it or hate it.
Yeah.
And I am the latter. That's tough. I feel like a lot of things I feel are underappreciated. But I'm also like...
You're like, I go against the grain.
Well, I've been accused of being that, like, angry, you know, I liked it before it was cool. Like, it's just adopted it. It's the cards I've been dealt. I will say there is a movie called... those are good, too. No, I will say there's one called Death Watch. It's underrated because not many people, I don't think, have heard of it. Do you know who... Shit. I lost his name. There was you remember Batman with the vampire guy, Team Edward guy? I can't think of his name either.
Oh, yeah.
That Batman? Do you remember?
Edward Cullen.
Yes. Do you remember that?
His real name is
Albert?
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson. Okay, so that Batman, his butler. Oh, what is his damn name? Oh my God, he does Gollum's voice. It's the guy who does Gollum's voice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's so cool. No. Oh, it's right. There. What's his name? Thank you. Thank you. Andy Serkis. Andy Serkis is in this movie. It's about all these guys in World War I in this trench. And you know how, like, there's like the no man's land, what they would call it, where it's just flat, foggy, smoke, all of that, waiting for shit to happen. Yeah. It's a horror movie basically from the standpoint of being in a trench in World War I, going crazy. There's so much cool shit in that movie, and I feel like I just want to tell people about it because it's like, I don't know, it's great acting. It's an original idea. I mean, World War I is not original, but like seeing people go crazy in this trench of nasty, muddy war, but then also having the horror aspect. Great movie, Death Watch. I think that one is like criminally unheard of. Okay. But the list could go on, and I'm sure everybody listening has 10 they can name off the top of their heads.
I would be really
What about
interested.
you? Do you know many like underground or not super popular?
Well, the one that I was like thinking about it because I don't watch a ton of movies in general, but the one that came to mind for me is It Follows.
Oh, I love It Follows.
I know. I love It Follows.
Say.
But there's a lot of people that hate it
That's
and
true.
that say that it's like say it's overrated. So in my opinion, I think it's very underrated because it still scares me. Like
Wait, so what's the question? It's not popular. It should be known, or it's
underrated. I think It Follows is underrated because I think the reasons that they give for not liking it doesn't make sense to me because I think. Yeah, like, the whole premise of, it's passed on, through sexual relations or things like that.
Yeah, that was weird.
That's weird, but like the premise of this thing never stops and it's always coming for you and you don't know where it is in the line. You don't know what's going to happen. That is fucking
when you're sleeping, you know
terrifying.
somewhere in the world that it is walking towards you right now.
And depending
it's not
on how many people it's been passed on to, it could be tomorrow, it could be in a year. No matter what, eventually it's going to make its way to you.
And if you or you'll die.
And you never know. I'm like, I could be sitting here, like, you could have walked in that door and I could have thought it was you. And it's actually the thing. And I'll be I have to be like, see, do you see
and it's
this thing?
always just walking. The fact that it's in no hurry because it knows it's going to get you. And maybe
this is, like, scaring me.
maybe you passed it on to like 20 more people down the line and they maybe passed it on to 20, but you have no idea when they die and when it comes back to you. So you're always looking over your shoulder for your entire life. I had a nightmare about that once. Not about the whole passing down with like the sex thing, but like I had a nightmare where it was like I was looking in a crowd or on a street or down a road and there was someone dead locked eyes with me. Just no like evil face, but just like walking towards me. And I remember in my dream, I was hiding in my house that I woke up in and I was literally like looking through my front blinds out my window and I saw this person walking down the street and I knew they were looking for me. I didn't know why and I knew they were not going to stop. But it was this like horrifying feeling. And when I saw It Follows, I was watching it by myself and I was like, this movie isn't terrifying, but it is because I had this feeling in a nightmare once. And the scene where she's in the school and she's sitting at her desk and it's walking across the campus at her through the window. God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And when it comes through the window, when it just like flops into. Okay. It Follows. I'm so glad you know that one. I will say it is pretty popular. More people that I talk about with It Follows, they know.
I feel like there's both sides of the spectrum though. There's not really anyone that's been like, yeah, It Follows is okay. Like it's like either you fucking love it.
Like, that was a dumb movie. It was a stupid movie. It was really good. Yeah, that's true.
I think people that don't think it's scary or they didn't like it, like, I mean, they probably are like thinking about it this way, but for me, it's like, it's the thing that never stops. And like you're saying, it could be passed on to 20 people, 200 people, whatever, but are those people taking the time to sit there and explain what is happening? Like that takes a long time. The person isn't going to believe you until they see it. And the two, you know what? Also, my cousin brought up a really good point. So she had never seen the Smile movies. So we watched Smile 1 and then we watched Smile 2. Like,
still haven't seen Smile 2. I also said Smile 1.
I'll get back to that. But she said that Smile is kind of reminiscent of It Follows.
Yes.
Because it's, like, it's like being passed on in certain ways and it has to like have like a whole, like, you know what I mean? It like has to have someone that it like infects almost. But yeah, so Smile and Smile 2... Smile 1 does a great job of laying the groundwork for like what it is and like, explaining like what the demon is, how it works and stuff like that. And Smile 2 is almost like, in my opinion, I think better than Smile 1 because
that's what I hear all the time. Because the first one I thought was not great until the very, very end.
I mean, I still thought it was really good. I thought it was
good, but I thought the ending was great. I was like, I want that.
Yeah.
And so everybody says the second one is more that. And that's why I'm like, I need to see it. Everyone that I hear has said Smile 2 is way better.
It's really good.
Yeah.
The acting is incredible. The cast is crazy. And like, even too, like the music, like, the main girl, like it's like a pop star. Yeah. Like the music is really good too. But yeah, for me, I think a very underrated, I mean, just in my opinion of like what underrated means to me.
Like you think it should be up there.
I think it should be more. I think it is seen more as like a culty movie kind of, and it's like it's not super mainstream. A lot of people don't know what It Follows is, so I think it's underrated in that way.
I would say another reason why I think it's a little bit more popular is because the lead chick that plays Jay in It Follows is also the lead. She's the lead in Long Legs.
She's incredible.
Which is huge. Now that probably, got her on the radar a ton. But on top of that, she's also, I just saw a preview for a movie. I was looking for a horror movie last night. You remember the girl from Kick-Ass? She was a little girl. Now she's like grown up, but she's like a full-on actress now. She's doing I can't remember her name. She's kind of like unique looking. She's not like a typical, just like looks like anybody else. You know what I'm talking about. And the second you see her, you'd be like, oh, yeah.
Are you talking about Chloe Grace Moretz?
Yes. She is in a movie with the girl who plays Jay in another horror movie. And I was like, oh, I want to watch this. And it actually looks really good. So I was like, oh, that's another movie she's in. So like, I can't remember her name, but that chick she's in a lot of good stuff. A lot of big, kind of like right under the surface. Cause like Long Legs is pretty mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
yeah, they made a big splash.
But like It Follows is pretty up there and almost into like that threshold of like huge, but like Death Watch, even with Andy Serkis, no one's even like heard of it.
You know what? And it's so crazy because as you're explaining it, it sounds like such a cool premise. I love a good historical piece in the first place, but adding that with like the
psychological thrill, psychological horror of what really like the psychology of war and humanity, it's terrifying. And then mixed in this like crazy, I don't even know if it's it's great.
Ooh, okay. Death Watch. I wonder, okay, I'm gonna have to see if it's streaming.
I have the DVD because I'm old school. So I can literally like just let you watch it whenever. I buy all the movies that I actually want on DVD because I worked at Zia, and I just was like, well, I'm here. I'm going to use that. I'm taking advantage of this discount, and I'm just going to take everything I can.
You got a 5-figure discount.
Well, that's Zia. No. Oh, God.
Kidding, Zia. It's a joke.
Dude, one time, I'm going to say this just because I don't give a shit. One time, I had a migraine, and you probably have not seen. When I have a migraine, I shut down. It's game over. It's like, I go blind in one eye, and then it goes away. And then after a half an hour of the eye thing going away, excruciating.
Oh my God.
It's like someone driving like a 9-inch nail into my forehead and then heating it with a blowtorch.
Oh my God.
Migraines are the worst. It's physically, it's like my body shouldn't do this naturally. This is a problem. And it's like my day is done.
Yeah, I'd be like, am I having a stroke?
Oh, yeah. And then, like, I've thrown up and blown blood vessels in my eyes from throwing up so hard for migraines. They are the worst.
Yeah,
I hate them.
That's terrible.
I forgot where I was going with that.
I don't know.
Why was I talking about migraines?
Because you're saying, I probably shouldn't say this, but it's been a long...
Thank you. I was at Zia once and I had a migraine. And because if people... I hope to God no one out there knows what this is like, but if you do, you do. You know, like if you push on your eye and you see stars? And like all those little crazy patterns.
Yeah.
Okay, imagine having that right now, covering your whole eye, but you're not touching your eye. So like you can't see anything, and it's just doing this, constantly flashing and doing all that. So you're like,
really, there's nothing you can do besides just like I need to go lay down.
Yeah, you take your pills, you pray, and that's it. Because then it's excruciating pain and or nausea and or throwing up until I can fall asleep and then wake up and hope to God it goes away.
Yeah.
I was at Zia when I know I'm gonna get them because one of my eyes, and then it covers my whole eye.
It can't be either eye. It's not like a set eye.
Correct. And I was sitting there like exchanging money. I was working as cashier at the time, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't even see the keys. Like I can't see the computer, and I'm trying to work. And I was like, dude, I gotta go home. I was like, I'm about to be in the worst pain. I have to go home.
Yeah.
And my eyes were bloodshot. I just look like hell. And the manager there at the time he's like, we've all been there, Brian. We've all smoked too much weed.
Oh no.
You just got too high.
Serious?
At the time, I had never smoked weed in my life. I was way too scared.
Why are all retail managers the fucking worst? They all are terrible.
This motherfucker was like just berating me because he thought that I just smoked too much pot.
You're like, yes, I'm sitting here. Like, I've been in the store for however long.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and then I went out front and threw up all the Taco Bell I ate for lunch. And then he was like, dude, are you drunk? And I was like, I just flipped him off. I was like, I hate you. Anyways, Zia. I love Zia. I hate that guy though.
Yeah, so your records and places like that are especially important now because, you know, we've talked about this
Physical media.
The physical media is gone.
Yes.
There's like some things that's gone, and it's really sad.
If you're like me too, you're like a super music or like a dork into all that kind of stuff. Oh, there's this YouTube channel for Amoeba Music, which is like the biggest CD record store ever. And they get all these like big, it'll be like celebrities go there, you know, because it's the biggest store ever. So it'll be like, you know, whoever this lead singer of this, or, you know, somebody from The Killers. It's called What's in My Bag. And it's like, they had D'Anford on there and like all these other big names and stuff. And then it'll be like, oh, this star goes into me, but what's in your bag? And then they go through like their albums that they picked. And it's really, really cool. And I was like, damn, what if we did something like that? What if eventually we got to a point where we could do that with like horror people? We could do like show and tell with like celebrities. Be like, what's your favorite memorabilia you collect? And then like maybe somebody from and they'd be like, well, most people don't know. Like when we interviewed what's his face, the freaking, oh my god, I cannot think of names today.
It's because it's like we're filming on a weird day, so I think it's like we're off our game.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But anyways, he was the original Michael Myers.
Oh, Nick Castle.
Thank you, Nick Castle. And you know,
I remember that. And
yeah, good for you. No, for real.
We're like switch bodies today, I think. Yeah.
But it was like we were talking to him about stuff, and I was like, "Hey, man, so like, what do you think about horror? What's your favorite?" And he was like, "Honestly, I don't really like it."
Yeah.
And it was like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, it's like somebody's like, well,
he's like, "Yeah, I'm not into it."
Cast is like, you know, like,
yeah.
And then he was talking about his cat.
Yeah, he just likes kids.
So
I was like,
cute.
this and that, honestly, since that, and it was like one of our first interviews ever.
Literally,
for me, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I was like, we should do this. I want to ask those weird questions tomorrow.
Yeah.
I want to get to that point where we get to be like, yeah, I want to do that. I want to do that.
I think that is what's so fun about us though too, because like, you know, everything has its place. Like panels have its place,
Mm-hmm.
and like, you know, talking about, you know, things that are relevant, or, you know, asking some of those
Sure.
popular questions that they're asked all the time, because, you know, you never know who's going to be in the audience. It could be someone that has never seen them before, or is like, you know, doesn't know, or like, you know, wants to know,
Sure.
you know, hear them physically say it instead of like just watching it in video.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we talk about the weird shit.
Yeah.
It's like not always going to be what we
Like, are you
expect.
more of a Fruity Pebbles or a Cocoa Pebbles person?
Yeah, or it's like, yeah, or like, hey, we're going to fucking take this bar
real
shot with
question.
you. Yeah. And so it's been really fun. And yeah, we started off with Days of the Dead. So I think it's probably a good roundabout way to bring it home is, you know, we're so grateful for all the opportunities that everyone has given us, like not just at Days of the Dead, but all these like really fun things, and looking forward to a lot more collaborations and things, and just so grateful for everyone's support out there, like that allows us. So, you know, we're talking about how we're not going to be able to, most likely unless like a miracle happens, we're probably not going to make it to Atlanta again, but you know, there's future opportunities and there's other things that like we are doing, and all of your guys' support even helps us get in the studio. Like we need to be able to have this beautiful content every week with C, you know, so it's just, we're just super grateful for everyone that allows us to be able to keep doing this and just to see where it goes.
I'm still saying, like, I think 2025 is the year for everybody.
Let's do it,
I don't know what it is, but like, I think
do it.
everybody's just so sick and tired of just doing it, and nothing's like really big is changing.
But it's, I mean, it is, like, that's the thing though. It's like that I try to remember, like, it is happening. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just.
It's literally like the analogy. We planted the seeds, we've done the farming, and now we're seeing it grow. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I don't know what it is, but I think this year there's just going to be something breaking out, because I feel like everybody I talk to is just sick of it. And I think everybody's ready for 2025 to be like a winning year. I don't know what it is. And it's not off to a great start, I will say. Like, our country's in a little bit of a weird spot, to say it nicely, but like, dude, I don't know what it is. Good or bad, 2025 is gonna be a big year.
Let's do it.
So
Scaredycast is going to Italy.
Whoa, Italy. Okay, that's gonna be our first international tour, huh?
That'd be fun.
Italy.
That would be really fun.
All right, well, there you go. I guess it's never.
Great food.
Can't make it to Atlanta, but Italy, here we go.
Could you imagine? People would be like, how many patrons?
7
billions.
2 of them are my mom and dad.
One of them is, well, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, thanks guys for listening to us this week. Without Tony, me and Kelsey don't know what we're doing. We're hopped up on coffee. We're just here.
Coffee and vibes.
But, you know, thanks for chilling with Scaredycast this week. And I'm sure Tony will be back next week. and everything will be back to normal. Because I still have so many things I want to talk about.
I know there is,
but I don't want to waste them with.
There are things that we haven't talked about, but
I mean, it was literally we woke up this morning to a text saying, "Hey, I'm not going to make it." So it was kind of like this was not.
Yeah.
Poor Tony.
I know. Feel better, Tony. We know that you're listening because you're going to be cutting this together. And like we said, there's a lot of different ways to support Scaredycast. So go to scaredycast.com, be able to buy merch, see all the different things we have on there. Yep. We have amazing sponsors, but there's always opportunity for more sponsorships.
Or just you have cool ideas.
Send us your stories.
Feedback. If you guys have actual crazy stuff that's happened or stories that have happened to you or people like we love sharing. All we want is real shit. We just want real.
You know what I really want to do though? And I know this is going to be like our Valentine's Day.
Oh, is it?
Shit. I think it's going to be for the week because Valentine's Day is next week. So it's going to be for the week up. But I still want to, if anyone's listening to this, so when this comes out on Monday, if you have any like weird like date stories or weird stories of like a significant other,
weird nightmares,
creepy, weird. Yeah, I want to be able to talk about that.
I like that. Okay.
So I think I'm going to put that like on social too and try to get some
nightmare dating. I love that. Let's do that. Let's do some like dating horror stories or some couple. Yeah, like you ever dated a crazy ex or something?
Yeah, like what's the craziest thing that's happened? So I can start off a little bit. We can talk about it more. But like one time I went on this date and it was going fine. Like, it was good and like, whatever, vibing. And then, I don't know, it just didn't really go anywhere. It's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, like we had a good time. It just didn't go anywhere. Mm-hmm. Well, like one day, like, sometimes you'll just be like, oh, like someone pops in your brain and you're like, oh, I'm going to like look them up. He was arrested for murder.
Ooh.
Yeah. He like beat the shit out of some guy and like killed him. And like, I was like, oh my God. Like, isn't that crazy?
Dude, Kate went on a date with this guy who ended up being a coyote. He got arrested at the border.
Oh, he was like
smuggling. He was smuggling. And
people are drunk.
He was a cross-dresser. People. Yeah. He showed up as a woman. And then was like, actually, this is what I look like. And I was like,
wait, on the date? Did she like?
No, he was a man. Showed up as a woman. Maybe it was like but he was just cross-dressing, not a He wasn't transitioning. He was just dressing. Okay. But then he's like, yeah, so I'm into this. And then she was like, okay. And then the next time, like, so it was like they went on the date. That happened. And then they were talking later and then found out. He's like, hey, can you? He's like, I used my one phone call to call you. Can you pick me up? She's like, I barely know you. Where are you? He's like, I'm on the border.
I used my one phone call to call you. Yeah.
Because he was
like a Mrs. Doubtfire showing up to
because he was arrested smuggling people across the border.
Also, that's like not something that like I think they're just gonna let you off very easily.
I was like, what?
She's gonna drive like 3 hours, and they're
she's like, yeah, it wasn't great. I'm like, no kidding. So careful out there. Yeah, that'll be fun. Let's do that. Let's do.
Yeah. So for anyone listening, comment, DM us your like weird, creepy.
Yeah,
like date or
let's get into let's spill the tea.
Spill the tea. All right. And yeah, thank you guys. We love you though.
See y'all next time.
And how about happy? Yeah, like we won't record till another one won't come till after Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's Day if you guys celebrate. Make sure you don't forget if your significant other likes that date.
Yes.
Remember, it's coming up. This is your reminder.
Be safe, make good choices. Yes. Don't drink and drive. Don't kill anybody. Yeah, stop being a piece of shit because it's not worth it, man. Just be cool. Be nice.
Be cool, bro.
All right. Love ya. Bye.